All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Bristol, baby.
This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Well, it's a very special night for us tonight, man, here at High Octane Racing League. It's the Steve Freeze Memorial 250. It's an annual event that we do to honor our fallen mentor, Steve Freeze. It's 250 lap race tonight, and it is at Bristol. Oh, boy. It is race number 4 of the season, and this is going to be a big one. We got some prizes for the drivers tonight. Let's get this party started. Well, a big race for us here at High Octane Racing League. The Steve Freeze Memorial 250 hits you tonight at Bristol. There's only one way to find out who's going to win this one, and that's watching right here, baby, on TurnLeftTV. All right. Man, thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. And a big event for us here tonight. The Steve Freeze Memorial 250. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeftTV. Race number 4 of the season, a 250-lap race, a regular season points race, and just added 100 laps to make it a little bit more interesting to honor Steve Freeze, and hopefully we make him proud. Clock's a little off here right now. We will have about 12 minutes left in the practice session, and we'll kick it over to qualifications. Take a look at the schedule. Of course, this is race number 4 of the season, approaching halfway, and a regular points race, man. We always do the Steve Freeze Memorial race as a regular points race in the season. And a very fun race, a very important race for us. And we decided that we were going to do it at Bristol this year. We've done Michigan. We've done Daytona. We've done Charlotte. And we decided to do Bristol this year. And what the heck, man? Let's get it going. This is a fun track, too. Guys are in the practice session. Some other folks I think will be joining soon. How about, man, we got Todd Robillard out here as well in the 90. Good to see Todd on a Friday night here. He's going to be driving that Sunoco sponsored Chevy. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and then smash the bell. You get updates when the races are going live here at TurnLeftTV. Thank you for all the support, all the folks who've been here from the beginning, all the folks who've joined in somewhere in between, and all the new subscribers as well. Thank you. Please share my videos with all your friends on any social media platform where you can share YouTube videos. Invite your friends to come along here and subscribe to TurnLeftTV. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Are you interested in an rFactor 2 server for your race league? Well, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. Well, as I mentioned, this is a regular season points race coming into tonight, and we'll take a look at the point standings. Oh my gosh, look at this. Cody Furtado and Craig Marisson beating each other up here at the top of the point standings. Tied. Sean Jacobs sits in the 3rd position. Gordon Carter 4th. Ed Palumbo is 5th. Preston Hassel and Givaldo Spindola tied for the 6th position. Pierce Crone is in 8th, although he has left the league. Dennis Schuderson sits in 9th position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is 10th in points. P11 is Archer Vieta. Dan Richter is 12th. 13th, Dana Grover. Ritzky Novar is 14th. Chris Hughes, 15th. Jack Furtado is 16th. And Benner Silva sits in the 17th position. So those are our point standings coming into tonight's race. Some other racing headed your way this weekend. We'll be at Bristol in the Next Gen Series. Saturday Night Thunder, race number 6 of that season. Get out of the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, and mix it up with the boys. We'll be at Bristol, man. That's going to be a fun one. If you'd like to race with us, there's a QR code. Scan that QR code. That'll bring you to our Discord server. And tonight, we will be displaying a very special logo there for the Steve Freeze Memorial 250. Honoring Steve Freeze. Steve was, I joined High Octane Racing League in 2001 as they were switching over from NASCAR, or from NASCAR Heat to NASCAR 4. Dave Postlethwaite caught me. He said, hey, man, are you interested in doing some pickup racing? I was racing in another league, didn't have a lot of luck there, and Dave reached out and brought me over to High Octane Racing League. We're doing some pickup races on Saturday nights, and then eventually full-fledged point standings and all that. So then we migrated, of course, to 2003, and the Steve Freeze, the founder of that league, and he meant so much to a lot of us, and we do this race each and every year to honor him. It's the least we can do. It really is. And hopefully the old guard HORL guys that might be watching tonight, either live or on replay, hopefully we put on a good show for you. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back in action at Kentucky Speedway for a 100-lap race coming up on Wednesday, September the 17th. It's race number 6 of the season, and this is a fun series, man. In Kentucky, a great track. One of my favorite tracks, actually. So the Tough Truck Series coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Kentucky on Wednesday, September the 17th. Well, you want to take a look at the track here at Bristol? Does anybody who knows anything about racing not know Bristol? A little over a half a mile in length, located in Bristol, Tennessee. Banking in the corners at 24 to 28 degrees, man. 6 to 10 degrees in the straights. And the straights are fast. The corners are fast. And concrete surface is tough on tires. You're going to have to, find a nice line between pushing the car and also saving tires as well. You're going to be in traffic tonight. Pitting is of a premium as well. On and off pit lane under green conditions will be big tonight here at Bristol. And, of course, we will have the Wheel of Fun to hand out some prizes. I was told not to call it the Wheel of Fun. It's the Bushwhackers Roulette. Right now, Gordon Carter's the only guy on there. We'll get that fixed. Don't worry. So we'll be handing out 2 High Octane Racing League hats and 3 $25 Steam gift cards tonight for the participants, the regular season participants here tonight. Got about 3 minutes left to go here before we kick it over. A couple minutes left to go in the practice session, and we'll kick it over to qualifications. We're clocked off just a little bit. That's okay. Kind of take a look at some of the screens we're going to be showing here. This is the Steve Freeze, all of his paint schemes, at least that I had. I took screenshots of. So it'll be our final screen tonight, but we'll be sharing some throwback. Some of our throwbacks. Step on the gas. Let's take a look at the race keys tonight here at Bristol. We talked about that. Tire management, man. This thing is really tough on tires, and you're going to have to manage those tires. Track position, I don't think is going to be a huge deal. We have a little bit of a light field right now, unless we have some late joins. But track position, usually a premium here. Be patient here tonight, too, as you race this track. Make sure your pit stops are on point, on and off pit lane. Really, really important here at Bristol. You can go a couple laps down in a hurry. You do not want to get caught speeding as well. Navigate that traffic tonight. You see Givaldo there pushing it a little bit. So those are the keys to the race here at Bristol. All right, we're headed over to the qualification session now. You guys get a couple laps of green flag qualifying. Two timed laps. They get an in lap, 2 time laps, and then an out lap. Looks like maybe Tony Furtado is our first one out of the box. So Tony Furtado getting his laps in. The red, white, blue Valvoline sponsored number 9 car, 14,299 for Tony Furtado. Preston Hassel at the top of the grid, 14,114. Lightning fast for Preston Hassel, was racing in the throwback number 27 car. Preston, one of those old guard HORL guys. Tony Furtado as well. So Preston Hassel with a 14,203 in that second one. How about Ed Palumbo out here in the 54? Just the second week in a row he's raced the Mellow Yellow scheme. It's been a while since Ed's been out here in that Mellow Yellow scheme. Preston Hassel at the top of the grid. Sean Jacobs is second. Todd Robillard third so far. Dennis Yuchin is fourth. Gordon Carter currently sits in the 5th position here in quals. Hey, we're sending a shout out to Archer Heim. How about 54 there? Qualifies in the 6th position. Archer Heim, big race fan. He's an F1 guy, but he's going to watch the race tonight. 14,345 for Givaldo Spindola. Sometimes everybody qualifies and they can't see each other when they qualify, so they're all doing individual qualification. So it's a little bit of a wacky way of qualifying here. It'd be nice if we did the single car qualifying. Dana Grover, John Stanley, haven't seen anything out of those guys, but those guys are going to go out here yet. Right now, Preston Hassel at the top of the grid, and Dana Grover, just as I mentioned that, he must have heard me talking about him. He's racing from the Trax VR facility there in Calgary, Canada. He's in the Toyota. The time to beat is a 14,114. And Dana Grover jumped at the top of the grid. I think he can, man. He is fast. $14,785 for lap number 1. Let's see what lap number 2 is. $14,236 up to P7 there for his 2 qualification laps. I don't think John Stanley's going to qualify. Well, it looks like Dana Grover is done qualifying. We'll give you the final results here. We've got about 6 minutes left to go technically in the qualification session, although not everybody going to go out there. I think John Stanley's going to stay put. We appreciate everybody joining us here tonight here on TurnLeftTV. Let's get this party started.
Checkered flag to the pounding sound in the bush Bushwhackers, legends are found. Heath Johnson's voice moving through the chaos. Every lap of battle, never gonna pause. Steel and fire, the rivals collide. This is the racing where legends ride. Rev it up, feel the tower. Let the engine scream. High octane racing, living every dream. TurnLeft TV's watching under neon light. We're taking it to the edge in the dead of night. No limits, no fear, just throttle and drive. Chasing glory, feeling alive. Stars of the league, leaving trails of smoke. In the high octane, the fire's woke. So raise your fist, scream out loud. In this race, we're part of the crowd. TurnLeft TV, where heroes are made. And bushwhackers, legends won't fade.
All right, we are back, and qualifications will be over here in about 1 second. We'll show you the qualification results. Some of the guys were in here to qualify, so those guys will start in the back, I think. So again, if you're just joining us, this is race number 4 of the season. This is a special event to honor Steve Freeze. A lot of drivers here. Todd Robillard, Preston Hassel, Sean Jacobs, Tony Furtado. Jack Furtado not here, but I know he knew Steve. Of course, myself, Ed Palumbo. A lot of the guys that are here tonight knew Steve personally, and we lost him in 2011, and we run a memorial race for him every year, just to remind ourselves who helped us out in cutting our sim racing teeth. Let's take a look at the qualification results. We have those. There we go. Preston Hassel qualifies in P1 of that 27 Ford. He's racing the throwback scheme, 14.114. Todd Robillard in the 90 qualifies in second. Dennis Shuderchin racing all the way from Kharkiv, Ukraine in the 47. We'll start third. Gordon Carter starting the fourth position. Ed Palumbo will start fifth. Dana Grover in the Toyota in the 89 Tracks VR facility. Race effort there will start in the sixth position. Starting in seventh is Tony Furtado. Givaldo Spindola starts eighth. John Stanley will start in the ninth position. And looks like maybe Craig Marizon will start in 10th. Sean Jacobs. Those guys joining, and we are now in the warm-up session. So you get a 10-minute warm-up. We're down to about 9 minutes or so. Again, if you're just joining us, thank you for being here and checking out the stream. Hit that thumbs up button, share the videos with all of your friends. The social media platform where you can share YouTube videos. About 8 minutes here in the warm-up session, and we'll get the command to start the engines. Tomorrow night, we'll be right back at it at Bristol in the Saturday Night Thunder, the next gen, race number 6 of that season, 150-lap race. I get out of the broadcast booth, I get in the driver's seat, and mix it up with the boys. That's coming up. This is the series that when I started sim racing online, this is the series that I came over and started racing at High Octane Racing League back in 2001. And this series is still going. Saturday Night Thunder. We're racing the next gen. Take a look at the schedule here. Of course, this is race number 4 of the season. Next week, we'll be at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Man, I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, I do not like New Hampshire. I hate that track. I like it better in the truck series, but man, that is a really tough track. A flat 1 mile track, and it is tough. Kansas coming up to start the second half of the season. Charlotte Road Course. Whoa, Charlotte Road Course. That's right, man. Little road course action on October the 3rd. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, great track there, man. 100-lap race on October the 10th. This is Talladega. Man, I tell you, a lot of guys could probably just close their eyes and drive Talladega, man, but it'll be a fun race coming up on October the 17th. In Martinsville, a little short track action, 150-lap race coming up the day after my birthday, October the 24th. Well, you got to get your pick in tonight. My pick to win this race. Wow. My pick to win this race. Well, I'll tell you what, here's who I think is going to win this race tonight. Let me throw up the chat. My pick to win this race is Craig Marizon. Our Michigan drivers. You see here in the Magpul Dynamics number 60 car, Craig Marizon. Some say when I pick him to win, it's the kiss of death. But not with Craig, man. He's always fast. And I'll tell you, really, not too many guys can rival Craig's ability to be able to work his way up through the field. And the guy is just always there at the end. We'll be throwing up some paint schemes as well tonight, some old throwback stuff. Some of these guys that are out on the track. I think we can throw one up right now. How about this? Sean Jacobs behind it. Sean Jacobs used to race the 13. Now he's racing the 24. So that's some of his old paint schemes there. Sorry, it's behind the logo, but hey, what do you get for free, man? I need to be paid more. There we go. Sean Jacobs paint scheme. And we have a surprise for you tonight as well. The guys that are participating in this race, the regulars here, will get a chance at the Wheel of Fun. Giving away 2 hats and 3 $25 Steam gift cards. It's the Bushwhackers Roulette. Oh, Gordon Carter told me not to call it the Wheel of Fun anymore. Oh my God, I'm in trouble now. I'm in big trouble. That's coming up after the race. The prize giveaway, the the Bushwhacker Roulette. After so many years of calling it the Wheel of Fun, man, it's gonna be hard for me to break that habit. A little bit of a low turnout here tonight. Normally have 13, 14, 15 drivers. Maybe the extended length of this race cause some problem. Nonetheless, we will have a lot of fun. Just under 3 minutes left to go. Guys are getting their last practice at pitting. Pitting is a premium here too, man. You're fast on the track. It's a slow jaunt down pit lane, and if you get caught speeding, you got to do a drive-through penalty. You're going to lose at least 2 laps. At least 2 laps, if not more, maybe 3. So practicing on and off pit lane is really, really important here. Really at all the tracks, but even more so here at Bristol. If you're watching the race, join us in the chat session. Love to see you chatted up there. Get a lively chat going on. You can always post your pick to win this race. How about Givaldo starting us off? He always starts us off in the chat session. Givaldo, one of our great Brazilian drivers. Best of luck to Givaldo tonight. Going pit lane, getting some rest before he gets out there to make it happen. Got about a minute and a half left before we get the command to start the engine. In the description of the race, please click on that SimLab web link if you're interested in a race wheel or a sim rig, something like that. I'm an affiliate to them, so help me out by clicking on that link, visiting SimLab. And if you are going to purchase some, please use my link. I appreciate that. Also, you can buy me a coffee. There's a link in the description of the race as well if you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV. All right, boys and girls. It's about that time, isn't it? It is about that time. Got your picks in? Mine's Craig Marizon tonight. Don't forget, prize giveaways for the regular season drivers after the race. And we got a score to settle here tonight, and it's the Ski Freeze Memorial 250. This year from Bristol. Bristol's always a fun race too, man. But what a good one. Hopefully Steve looking down on us and smiling. He was a very modest guy, man, but a great mentor, and that's the least we can do to honor him. Sean Jacobs is going to be racing in the 11 scheme. Every year we have one of our old guard HORL fellas race the paint scheme. So here we go. Here we go.
All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, here we go, baby. Again, this is the Ski Freeze Memorial 250, race number 4. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and we are populating the grid. Let's take a look at the starting order. Maybe. There we go. And I'm clicking all kinds of buttons there. Sorry about that. There you go. Preston Hassel, the 27, starts in first. Sean Jacobs starts in the second position at 11 car. Todd Robillard in the 90 will start third. Dennis Unichin in the 47 will start in the fourth position. In fifth is Gordon Carter in the 56 car. Ed Palumbo in the 54 starts sixth. Data Grover in the Toyota, the 89, starts in the seventh position. Tony Furtado starts in eighth. Starting in ninth is Givaldo Spindola in the Chevy. John Stanley in the 12 starts in 10th. And Craig Marizon will start in the 11th position. Take a look at the race keys here tonight. Tire management, man. Make sure you get that good track position, especially late in the race. Be patient here. Set up your passes. Make pit stops. Make sure your pit stops are on point, and then navigate that traffic here tonight. Those are my race keys. Preston Hassel will lead the field to take the green flag, and outside is the 11 of Sean Jacobs. Here we go. Race cars off.
Green flag, green flag.
Green,
go,
green,
go, go.
green here at Bristol. Preston Hassel jumping out there to the lead. Clearing Sean Jacobs. Hassel not wasting any time. Opening up a gap there on Sean Jacobs. Todd Robillard now climbing up under the back of the 11. Preston Hassel is off to the races. No pun intended, baby. He's not messing around. He wants to win this race. He raced with Steve. Racing in the throwback scheme, and this guy is going out. Wow. About Tony Furtado. He's racing in the 7th position on board here with Tony. Furtado in a Valvoline sponsor machine. Just behind Ed Palumbo. Nose to tail here so far. Everybody be impatient. Sean Jacobs running into second position. Just behind him is Todd Robillard. Out of the back of Sean Jacobs' machine at Todd Robillard. Dennis Schuchen sits in the 4th position. Gordon Carter is 5th. But Preston Hassel has opened up about almost a 3-second lead on the field. He's not messing around, man. Todd Robillard has gotten around Sean Jacobs. Robillard in P2. Jacobs in 3rd. In the 4th position is Dennis Yudichin. Take a look at Dennis Yudichin is racing all the way from Kharkiv, Ukraine. Man, that city, if you haven't been paying attention or you don't know your geography, that city is about 30 kilometers from the Russian border, and they have been putting out a lot of fire, so to speak. Dennis works on power stations, restoring power after bombings. That is what goes on with Dennis. I tell you what, Dennis is one of the greatest guys out here, man. He really is so nice. And mixing it up with us, get some normalcy back in his life here, at least for a few hours. Furtado in the 9 car. He's wanting to get around Ed Palumbo. Side-by-side battle behind him, though. Look at that. Givaldo Spindle and Craig Marizon battling, coming off the turn down the front stretch. Into turn 1, Marizon trying to push the issue here. You got to get a good little run. You can use that outside line to hold a guy off, and that's what Givaldo's doing. Givaldo Spindle running in the 9th position as Marizon trying to get by, and he does. So Givaldo now sets his sights on trying to get back by Craig Marizon. Marizon, that Magpul Dynamics machine. You see Tony Furtado in the 9. Side-by-side racing there. So Marizon on the move. Marizon now getting around Tony Furtado. Craig Marizon on the move. You got to be really careful here not to burn up those tires. Boy, Tony Furtado threw that car into the turn. Ed Palumbo in the inside as Tony Furtado trying to make some moves here on the outside line in that 9 car. Tony Furtado is picking them up and putting them down right now. Be really careful not to burn up those tires. The 11 car, Sean Jacobs gets up in the outside wall as Tony Furtado says, let's not let Preston Hassel get away from us. And he gets by, and he is on the move. Wow. Tony Furtado in that Valvoline-sponsored Chevy now up to B3. Take a look at Givaldo up on the outside line as Craig Marizon gets by. Givaldo now back to the 9th position. He's battling back on the outside, though. He wants to get back by Marizon. Looking just ahead is Ed Palumbo in the 54. And Givaldo holding his ground on that outside line. Marizon has to tuck in, back in the 9th position. Well, Marizon really went gangbusters here, but has dropped off that speed. Maybe realizing he was burning up those tires. Well, Preston Hassel not wasting any time. He said, I'm going to beat you guys tonight, tomorrow night, and on Wednesday nights. Racing in the throwback scheme. The Freeze Racing PCs. Steve Freeze would build racing PCs for guys in the league as well, and Preston was one of the benefactors of that. Preston raced a lot of laps with Steve Freeze, so I know this would be a big win for Preston in the 27 car. He has got a pretty decent-sized lead. Starting to decrease a little bit as you see Preston go by, but right there, Todd Robillard in the 90. Whoa. And there's Tony Furtado, Sean Jacobs, Dennis Schuchen, Gordon Carter, Ed Palumbo. John Stanley in the 12 car coming out here to race and honor Steve Freeze. One of our regular drivers racing with Tim Horton's number 12 car tonight. Running behind is Dana Grover, who's that in that Fireball Flash paint scheme. And again, we mentioned he was racing from the Trax VR facility up in the Calgary area. Trax VR provides racing sims, a place to race for guys who like to do all sorts of sim racing. Yeah, Palumbo having a battle right now with Craig Marizon. Palumbo in the 54 Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. Side-by-side battle there with Marizon, the 54 on the outside line. Gordon Carter just ahead in that 56 car. The Ukrainian paint scheme. Gordon, one of our great Canadian drivers. Ed Palumbo hailing from the great state of New York. Robillard starting to reel in Preston Hassel a bit. Got down to about 1.5 seconds separating the two of those guys. Take a look at that 1v1 battle. Preston Hassel in the Ford leading the field, but that time is down to about 1.2, 1.3 seconds. Now dipping into the 1.1 range. Oh, Ed Palumbo got crazy loose off the corner. Ed Palumbo got crazy loose there off the corner. Let's take a look. Crazy loose there for Ed Palumbo. He's trying to get around Marizon. This is a little bit. Man, Ed Palumbo's car just got wicked loose there. Take a look. Go back to replay here. And he touches down onto the apron. Right here. Here we go. Going live or going back to the replay here is the side. There might have been some contact there. Oh, looked like a little bit of contact between the 54 and the 47. That's what it was. A little contact. Ed Palumbo gets crazy loose. Right there coming off. And maybe a little damage to that 54 car. That's what happened. Wow. Dennis Schuderchen. Boy, that was really close racing. I think both those, one guy came down, one guy went up, and they caught each other. And Palumbo had a ride down on that inside line. That car got loose on him. Take a look at the 47. Dennis Schuderchen now back to the 9th position. Take a look at that pass there as Ed Palumbo down on that apron trying to hold onto that car and pick a spot where he can get back up on the track, and Uderson's going to get back by. Take a look at this. Dana Grover closing in on Givaldo. Spindle up on the outside line in the 68 car. Dana Grover in the 89 gets by. The Toyota on the move. He's up to the 7th position. Preston Hassel still leading, but look who is in his zip code now, and that is the 90 of Todd Robillard. The Sunoco sponsor machine. Todd Robillard has run down Preston Hassel. Preston Hassel went out like gangbusters, but Robillard, patience, has reeled him in. And these guys are starting to roll up on some lap traffic, not too far ahead. You see a cluster of 4 cars there just ahead, at risk of going a lap down. Good battle here between the 27 and the 90. This is a battle for the race lead. Look at Givaldo way up into the outside as Givaldo in the wall. That 68 car, Givaldo hit the wall. And John Stanley is going to get by. Now picking up the 10th position. Givaldo now falling back to P11. Preston Hassel continuing to lead. Waldo down 1 lap. This car 1 lap down, or the only car right now 1 lap down. Ed Palumbo is really looking forward to coming down pit lane and getting some repairs done to that machine. Maybe get some fresh tires. I think there's some little bit of damage from the contact earlier with Dennis Yudichin. The 54 not quite where he wants it to be right now. He is running in the 9th position. Take a look at this. Dana Grover and Craig Marizon starting to heat up here. Marizon in the 60 car up on the outside line. He's going to let that 89 car go, not fighting him too much. Here we are on lap 47. A lot of laps to go here. Normally when we do these races in the regular season, we do 2x fuel, 1x tires, but since we've extended this race by 100 laps, we're doing 1x tires, 1x fuel. And Dana Grover taking advantage of the better tires and picking up P6. Frank Marizon falling back to the 7th position. He really pushed it hard early on, and he might be paying the price here. Todd Robillard has not been able to get around Preston Hassel. We'll take a look at Todd Robillard in the 90. Robillard, one of our Rhode Island drivers. Rhode Island, that's right. I mean, there's only like 7 people in that state. He's the one of 7 people that races here at High Octane Racing League. Just kidding, man. Todd's been with us for a long time, man. And what a great example that he sets. You never see him get hot under the collar. You know, he's always racing people cleanly. He accepts when things get out of hand or he gets into the wall or causes an accident. He's one of our admin and really a great influence, not only for other admin here at High Octane Racing League, but also in the race league in general. It's the way that he participates, the way he treats fellow drivers, fellow members here at High Octane Racing League, sets the example, and he's racing in the Sunoco sponsor machine, running in P2. And Palumbo in the 54 car. Now I think we've got Dennis Yudichin on pit lane. So Yudichin has made a pit stop. Ed Palumbo is in the 8th position. Yudichin is on pit lane. Take a look here, side-by-side view is Dennis Yudichin making a pit stop here on lap 55. Long time on pit lane, man. It takes a while to get onto pit lane, around the corner there, get into your pit stall, and guys are at full song on the track. Dennis Yudichin taking 4 tires and fuel. Long time. He's getting some repairs done. That is a long pit stop there for Dennis Yudichin. He's got some repairs he's getting done to that machine. He is on pit lane here for a long time here. He is going to go down several laps. Wow. So a extended pit stop for Dennis Yudichin. Tony Furtado now climbing up. He's closing in on these guys, man. I'll tell you what, this would be a big one for Tony Furtado. Remember, he is tied for the race points lead. The 9 car now closing in on the front 2. He is looking racy. So the front 3 cars, you can throw a blanket over those guys. Furtado looking on the low side. Robillard's going to give him the room, but he's not able to get the bite that he needs on that low line. He needs that extra room. Oh, Furtado gets a little bit loose there. Furtado's car got a little bit loose coming off the corner. You got to be really careful, getting skatey. That car got loose. Wow. Preston Hassel says, I want none of that, man. He is our leader. And it's starting to get a little interesting there between P2, P3. Robillard to the outside, able to hold off Tony Furtado. Is really not pushing it too hard. Sean Jacobs in the 11 car. He's going to close in on these guys. He's running in P4. And he's starting to close in on Furtado and Robillard. We got a 4-car race up front. 66 laps in. And the 11. Sean Jacobs, one of our great Pennsylvania drivers. Now we've got a wad of cars. The front runners all closed in on each other. And Sean Jacobs to the inside. He's going to try to get around Furtado. Hard to do on the inside line. Sean Jacobs to the inside of Furtado. Not able to seal the deal there. Furtado's giving him the room that he needs, but he just can't get the bite off the corner. See that straightaway speed, you're going to have to try to slip through on the outside. Wow. Sean Jacobs inches ahead on the inside. Can he pull off the pass? Tony Furtado is making him earn it. How about that? Now that is a couple old guard HORL drivers right there mixing it up, and Furtado's going to sneak by. Tony Furtado's going to sneak by Tom Robillard. Robillard on the inside, and Tony Furtado picking up that spot. Robillard in the 90. Now falling back to the 3rd position. Are you kidding me? Tony Furtado slipped through. Let's take it. I had that on replay the whole time. Look at this. Watch this. Tony Furtado says, thank you very much. I will take that position. So Furtado battled and finally got around Robillard. Tony Furtado now has gotten around the 27. We'll take a look at that pass for the race lead. Let's take a look at this pass here as Tony Furtado using the outside line and getting around the 27. So a new race leader. How about that? Tony Furtado not messing around. He wants to win this race, man. You gotta love rFactor too, man. These broadcast overlays are a little bit dicey sometimes. Tony Furtado, the lead, our leader. Take a look at Craig Marizon running in the 7th position. A little interesting night there for him. He has fought his way up to the front, but then fell back. Preston Hassel and Sean Jacobs battling. And Sean Jacobs in the 11. Would this be a big deal if Sean Jacobs could win this race? Wow. That would be a big one. Gordon Carter running in the 56 car in 4th. Good run here for him. It looks like Todd Robillard has fallen back to the 5th position. Maynard Grover now getting by. Sean Jacobs now to the race lead. John Stanley down a lap. So Sean Jacobs in the 11, the Steve Freeze throwback scheme. We got some guys on pit lane. I think Dana Grover on pit lane. Furtado is on pit lane. As we see Sean Jacobs, the leader. Tony Furtado in the 9 car is on pit lane. Camera angles here leave something to be desired, that's for sure. So now you got to wonder, how long is Sean Jacobs going to go before he comes down pit lane? 81 laps in, we've been caution free and a little dicey there. 3 wide for Sean Jacobs. Todd Robillard on fresh tires, getting out of off the pit lane, and Sean Jacobs got in a in between Givaldo and Robillard. Jacobs gets through. He is on old tires. Now you got to wonder how long you're going to wait, because these guys that are racing up there with you came down pit lane, have fresh tires. And so Furtado is back out on the track. And it looks like Sean Jacobs is coming down pit lane. Sean Jacobs in the 11, making a pit stop. He's going to give up the race lead. And our race leader is now Dana Grover. Take a look at that right side screen. And Sean Jacobs making a pit stop. Here on lap 82. Take a look at Dana Grover now coming down pit lane. So he's stayed out long enough to get the race lead. So he is now coming down pit lane. Interesting to see the different strategies here. That is quite interesting. So Grover will now give up the race lead to Ed Palumbo. Ed Palumbo in the 54, his first laps led here tonight at Bristol. Get some bonus points. Remember this. Oh, Ed Palumbo. Oh, no, Ed Palumbo. Oh, keeps it straight. He got loose and kept the car pointed in the right direction. No caution flag. That thing's got loose on him, and he spun, or didn't spin. He kept it from spinning. He got into the inside wall just as he had some momentum. Now he gives it back. It's John Stanley, the new race leader in the Ford. It's the Tim Horton sponsor, number 12. Wow, that got crazy there for Ed Palumbo. See if we can get another look at that Ed Palumbo spin here. This might be a little bit late. Gotta wait a little bit too long. It looked like Ed Palumbo, man, he just got loose, and that car came down the track a little bit, and this is a little bit afterwards, it looks like, so we kind of missed that replay there. John Stanley in the 12, it looked like he might have gotten a little loose too. And Ed Palumbo goes back to the race lead. Ed Palumbo shakes it off. Slaps the dust off of it and gets back at it. That car is not behaving like I think he wants it to behave. He might be thinking more of a strategy race here. We're on lap 92. Craig Marzon up to the 8th position.
Yellow.
Oh, we got a yellow flag. We got a yellow flag. As it looks like John Stanley might be off the pace. John Stanley coming around. He might have been trying to get onto pit lane. We got our first caution flag here on lap 93. So John Stanley's coming around, and we bring out our first caution flag. Let's take a look and see what happened. John Stanley, I think he was trying to trying to get onto pit lane. Oh, he got hit in the back end by the 60 car. Not sure if he announced his pit stop, but there was, man, I'll tell you what, he was slowing on the backstretch and gets caught right there by the 60 and into the wall. He got punted. Man, and what a horrible camera angle, huh? So Marazon got into the back of him, maybe slowing to come down pit lane in the middle of the track, and then on for a ride. So Craig Marazon, like this, I don't think he expected John to be that slow, and oh man, just a little punt there. And now we're going to have yellow flag pit stops. All right, well, we got some pit stops underway, and our first caution flag of the night. All right, so first caution flag. All right, Preston Hassel, the race leader. First caution flag. Preston Hassel comes out with the race lead. Gordon Carter is second. Ed Palumbo will start in the third position. In fourth, Tony Furtado. With the pace car coming off, we're getting ready to go back green. That was fast, wasn't it? Start lap 98.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back at it. Jelson Neto joining us in the chat session. Good to see Jelson. I'd like to see him on the track. And Preston Hassel getting clearing the 56 car of Gordon Carter. Gordon Carter is running in second, but he's got Tony Furtado on the outside. Carter in the 56 on the inside line. Tony Furtado is on that outside line in the 9 car. Oh, Furtado got a little wiggly. Furtado snapped. Got a little wiggly there. Holy smokes. Tony Furtado on the outside gets a little wiggly. Watch this. This is going to get serious. Wow, man, I'll tell you what, he almost snapped. He was able to save it. That will scare you to death there. In a flash, you're spinning around. And he did a great job of holding on to that. He is running in the third position. Gordon Carter holding on to P2. Ed Palumbo back there in the fourth position. Todd Robillard running in fifth. That's Sunoco sponsor machine, the 90 car. Well, right now, Preston Hassel back where he started. Punching it at the beginning of the race, going out to a big lead. They kind of reeled him in. But here he is, leading again. But Gordon Carter's got something to say about it. Also, Tony Furtado shaking off that scare a few laps ago. Preston Hassel, one of those old guard HORL guys. This would be a big, big win for him, man. Take a look at that. Preston Hassel, some throwback schemes there. We get rid of the tower there. There we go. Some old schemes. You see that throwback scheme on the top left. That's what he's racing tonight. He doesn't live in Norfolk, Virginia anymore, but there we go. Little throwback for Preston Hassel. He is our leader in the Ford. About 6 Chevys behind him. Chevy heavy tonight. Gordon Carter, our second position driver in the 56 car. Tony Furtado in third, Epalumbo fourth, Todd Robillard fifth. How about Dana Grover in the Toyota? Just ahead of John Stanley. Dana running in the 8th position. John Stanley is in 9th. 7th is Craig Marizon. Good to see Jelson Neto out here joining us in the chat session. Fireball Flash Racing, that is Dana Grover. Racing from the Trax VR facility, as we mentioned before. Anytime he's racing that paint scheme, he's in the Trax VR facility. And good to see him out again tonight. And thanks to Trax VR for supporting him and supporting sim racing. Also sharing our link for the broadcast as well. Appreciate that. If I'm ever in the Calgary area, you better believe I'll be at Trax VR doing some racing. That'd be awesome. Maybe when I retire, man. Craig Marizon, our Michigan driver out here tonight. See this 60 Magpul Dynamics Chevy running in the 7th position. Ahead of him is Sean Jacobs. About 2 seconds separate the two of those guys. Dennis Schuchern back on the track. He had some issues there. I think he might have had to get up and take care of some business. He's running 11 laps down in the 11th position. That 47 car. Tough night there for Dennis Uderchin, but we always love to see Dennis Uderchin out here. I talked about this before. We kind of go back to IndyCar racing. I did an IndyCar series, and Dennis came out, raced with us. He did also. We did a stock car series during the, early in the day on Saturdays. He came out and raced with us there too. So we'd love to have Dennis out here each and every week. Sean Jacobs in that throwback scheme. Running in P6 and trying to crack the top 5. A little work to do for Sean. He's got about 4 seconds or so separating he and P5. Sean chose to drive the 11. We always throw that out there with one of the old HORL guys. Who's going to drive the throwback scheme? Sean Jacobs stepped up and is putting it out on the grid. Dennis Uderchin back onto pit lane, taking some more service. Preston Hassel continuing to lead, but those guys have run him down. He's got a wad of cars behind him. You can catch him, but you got to pass him. Looking at the back of Preston Hassel's machine, you see right there Gordon Carter, Tony Furtado, Ed Palumbo, and Todd Robillard. This would be a big one for Gordon Carter if he gets a win here. He's done so much to help us out here at High Octane Racing League. Helped me out as well. He's taken over some of the posting duties in our Discord server. doing some screenshots of winners, doing race announcements and so forth. It's really been a lot of help. All these guys do, in their own way, do help me out here, or help High Octane Racing League out here. It really makes it a big team effort. And they're starting to get a little racy right here. Tony Furtado says, stop talking and start racing. He's in that 9 car, and he's been using that high line. And look at that, Gordon Carter slamming the door. Tony Furtado wants to get around. Oh, there might have been a little contact there between the 9 and the 56. A couple Chevys beating up on each other, trying to catch that Ford. Gordon Carter gonna let Tony Furtado go on the outside. I think he might have either gotten loose or he just went down to that inside line to give Furtado the room. And Furtado looking racy right now. Let's take a look at that pass as Furtado goes to the outside line. Watch the 56. I don't know if he got loose here coming off. Oh, looks like he might have lost the back end of the car a little bit. And Furtado slips by. We can take a look at this another way here. Let's take a look out of the back of Preston Hassel's machine. Watch this. Oh, man, I think he, I don't know, man. I sort of looking at that angle. He might have just moved that car over and gave Furtado some room. Preston Hassel, is he going to do the same thing? I don't think so. Furtado's going to have to earn this one. Little Ford versus Chevy action now. 27. He wants to win this race. That would be awesome to have that Freeze Racing PC's car in victory lane. Givaldo Spindler in the 68s. Our great Brazilian drivers, great friend, great attitude, so friendly, always supportive. Never see him get fired up. He's always supporting his friends and supporting the league in the 68 here each and every week. He shows up early. He throws some stuff up into the chat session, as you can see. Those of you who are on the chat, and here he is out mixing it up with us tonight. He's burning those tires up right now. See him laying down some rubber. And he's going to let Dana Grover by, I believe. And Dana Grover's going to go by. Then John Stanley going to try to sneak through as well. On board here with Givaldo. And I think Dennis Judich is going to try to slip through on those fresher tires. And he does. Givaldo giving him some room. He announced on the radio to him and said, hey, go ahead and pass me low. And that's just good driver etiquette. Oh, look at that, Tony Furtado getting into the back of that 27 car. Tony Furtado using the chrome horn to let Preston Hassel know he is there. Preston Hassel looking out of the back of his machine. Woo, Tony Furtado getting antsy. Getting antsy. Wow. Tony Furtado getting a little antsy. And look at that. Preston got a little bit loose there coming off the corner. Got out of the groove, and the car looked like it wanted to come around. He's chasing it down the track, and Furtado closing back in on the back. The back of that 27 car. Look at that. Furtado now trying to sneak the front of that car in on the high side. Furtado, oh boy! Way up the track there. Furtado using the outside line. Pass on the inside. Wow. Getting interesting, yeah. Love it when we see these great old guard HORL drives mixing it up. Take a look at John Stanley here running in the 9th position. He's the last car on the lead lap. Trying to close in on Dana Grover. Wedged in between Grover and Stanley is Dennis Jurichin. Grover and Stanley, a couple of Canadian drivers. And the Tim Hortons sponsor number 12 to get a good showing here in the Ski Freeze Memorial Race. Sean Jacobs now closing in on the 54, a Mellow Yellow sponsor machine up on the outside line. Side by side with Sean Jacobs, and Jacobs picks up that spot. Ed Palumbo in the 54, tucks into the 6th position, that Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. Sean Jacobs back on the move. He's racing in the 5th position. Seems to have a late run car, so we'll see how this works out. Here we are, lap 149. These laps have been clicking off in a hurry, too. One caution flag. Our fingers crossed, that's the only one. Oh, Tony Furtado chased that car down the track. So he has been pushing this car hard, and now I think he's starting to regret it as Gordon Carter gets by. So Tony Furtado moving in the wrong direction here on lap 150. Gordon Carter gets by. Tony Furtado is racing a monster right now. Todd Robillard now going to get by. And Tony Furtado racing a monster. That car is angry. He pushed that car pretty hard to get around, and now finds himself back to the 4th position. As these guys are starting to roll up on some lap traffic as well, as Robillard gets by Givaldo. So Givaldo on the outside line is some lap traffic. Looking out of the back of his machine, or out of the back of Robillard's machine, you see Sean Jacobs getting through, Tony Furtado getting through, Givaldo giving those guys a lot of room. So Tony Furtado continuing to fall back. He's back to P5. Craig Marizon is in the 6th position. He sees that, maybe smells blood in the water. He's got to get around Givaldo. Givaldo running in the 10th position, going to get Craig Marizon a lot of room. And Marizon gets through. Marizon now sets his sights on Tony Furtado. Preston Hassel still holding on to P1 as Gordon Carter has not let him give it away. Robillard's starting to climb up on these guys. With Sunoco sponsored number 90, Todd Robillard. Followed by Sean Jacobs in the 11. Look at that. Will Dunbar gracing us with his presence. How about that? Will Dunbar. Dr. D in the house. Patient man's race, that's true. It's kind of tempting, right? You're close traffic. You get some lap traffic as well. You're close to other drivers. It's tempting to really push it to try to get by. Outside line works, inside line works. But if you don't do it right, you pay for it in the end with the tire degradation. And now we've got a tight battle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, man, all within a second of each other. From the leader back to P4, 6/10 separate those two guys. Look at this. Gordon Carter says, don't fall asleep, baby. I'm here. 50 laps or 90 laps to go. Not 50, 90 laps to go, and Gordon Carter gets by. Gordon Carter down to the race lead. Down to the back of Gordon Carter's machine. Look at that. Sean Jacobs, Preston Hassel. Well, Hassel giving up the race lead.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Uh-oh. Yellow flag. And Marizon appears to come around. Looks like Tony Furtado is around as well. So a yellow flag, our second yellow flag, just as Gordon Carter had taken the race lead. Let's see what happened here as Furtado was on the inside. And, Marizon got up into the outside and gets into the 9 car. Take a look at this again. Watch the 60 car. Just turns right. Right here up the track and gets into Furtado. And Furtado has some big time damage there. So again, take a look at this again. So he's on board here with John with the and then hard into the wall. And Marizon got a little snappy there. Let's take a look at this again here. Let's see if I can't get on board. I think he got loose and he got up into the outside, got up into the 9 car. Not very many camera angles here, so take a look here. Right there, you see he comes up the track, gets into the 9, and then the 9 hard into the outside wall. So go back to live here as these guys are on pit lane. So a second caution flag. And Tony Furtado is on pit lane. A lot of damage for his car. Well, looks like after pit stops under caution, Gordon Carter will be the race leader. It's Christopher Pickard. Good to see Christopher in the chat session. He's cheering on Dana Grover. Lights are out on the pace car, so getting ready to go back green. Two caution flags here in 167 laps. So far, so good.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Here we go. This Hassel's been fast early on. He's out to a big lead. Gordon Carter keeping him honest, though. Gordon Carter pushing it, clearing Preston Hassel, and now in the lead there by himself. Ed Palumbo up to P3 in that 54. On board here with Ed Palumbo. Trying to close in on Preston Hassel. So Ed Palumbo is in third in the 54 car. Todd Robillard fourth. Fifth is John Stanley. Gordon Carter the leader. And things getting a little racy behind him. Will D participating in the chat. Professor D now. 56 car, Gordon Carter the leader. Preston Hassel second, Ed Palumbo third, Robillard fourth, John Stanley is in fifth. 2 Fords and 3 Chevys in the top 5. Tony Furtado has retired his machine. What a tough break there for Tony. Preston Hassel now closing back in on Gordon Carter, not letting him get away. Preston may be modifying that strategy. That first part of the race, he went out fast, took off, had about a 4-second lead on everybody, and they reeled him in. Maybe trying a little different scenario here. Semi tire save strategy. And Palumbo in third, keeping him honest. How about John Stanley quietly getting this car up to the fourth or the fifth position? In the 12, Tim Horton sponsored Ford. Another one of our great Canadian drivers. Tony Will says Tony can join the concessions. Join me in the concession stand. Rating the soda machine as we speak. Soda's bad for you, man. Really bad for you. Drink water. Or coffee. Not exactly great for you. Better than soda. Todd Robillard running P4. Quietly up here in P4. Been a feast or famine night here for the 90 car. .70 laps to go. Dana Grover starting to climb up the grid here a little bit. He's closing in on the back of John Stanley's number 12 car. Dana Grover wants to be a factor here to win this race. On board here with Dana Grover as we look ahead at John Stanley. The way things are going here, I may move to Canada. Holy Toledo. I could retire in 2 months. Dennis Schuderchin now claiming a spot there as Furtado had retired. So Dennis Schuderchin spent a lot of time on pit lane. I think he had some business to take care of. Came back and rejoined. I don't think he had that much damage. Well, Gordon Carter holding off the field here. He has got 0.2 of a second lead over Preston Hassel. Hassel in second, and Palumbo is in third. Palumbo in the 54 car. These are great New York drivers. He's got to run here. Wow, he had to get way out of the throttle. Using this outside line, he's figuring it out. Using this outside line, he gets a heck of a run. He just needs to be able to squeeze in there and keep Preston from drifting up to the high line. Preston getting a little antsy now as he sees the 54 car pushing him. Great racing. It's interesting to see the different strategies. Interesting to see these guys set up passes. It takes you 4 or 5 laps to really be able to set something up. 54, by the time he got to where he wanted to be, the 27 slammed the door. Craig Marzon running in the 7th position. Gotten around Sean Jacobs. As we take a look at that pass. So Craig Marzon in the 60 goes down to the inside line. Sean Jacobs in the 11 on the outside line. And Jacobs doesn't fight him too hard, so the 60 now moves up to the 7th position. Sean Jacobs falls back to P8. It's interesting. We've had several different race leaders here tonight. They've all shown some muscle and maybe a little strategy to get there as well. Been a good race. We've had 2 caution flags. Make things interesting. 250 laps is the scheduled distance. And we are 195 laps in. This has gone very, very quickly. And we get a little bit of a prediction from Will D. He says Ed takes the lead with 10 laps to go and holds everyone off. Wow. Okay. All right. Tim Hortons, yeah. I got some of the, the store-bought Tim Hortons and the make my own. They're pretty good. A little expensive for me. Not that huge of a coffee drinker in terms of, that I'm set on one flavor or one brand of coffee, I should say. Marizon had gotten around Sean Jacobs. Sean Jacobs says, okay, I'll let you by. I'm going to get back by here. He's on the inside line of that 11 car. Battling Marizon, and Sean Jacobs going to reclaim that 7th position. Marizon falling back to P8. So nose to tail, this top 8 from the leader back to 8th. That's 1.5 seconds. There's a little bit of maybe some just figure it out where you're at right now, and maybe in that last 25 laps is when we start making it happen. We were taking a look at throwback schemes. I got one for you. How about this? The whippersnapper, Will Dunbar. The old 88s. Back in the day, he was like, I don't know, he was like 12. Or 15 or whatever he was. He was a youngin' back in the day, so it's kind of cool to see him all grown up now and well educated. Out here in the chat session, and really does all our tech stuff, man. Anything we need as far as tech-wise, he has it figured out for us. So how about that? There you go. That's like throwing your elementary school picture out there. I should have resized the pictures so they didn't cover up the tower there or fall behind the tower, so I apologize for that. This is an amateur operation, as you all know by now. 14 years old. Wow. Man. Here we are, lap 207. Gordon Carter at 56. Holding off the field. These guys nose to tail. Greg Bear's on the tail end of that. He's 1.4 seconds off the race lead, and he is running in P8. These guys have said, we raced hard early on. Let's try to figure it out and maybe go last 20, 25 laps. I think it's probably not going to stay nose to tail. We got another one for you. This is a good one. Maybe Tony's still watching us. Tony Furtado's paint schemes. Lived in Massachusetts at the time. Now racing the 9 car, but here's the old 5 paint schemes. Got a 2 up there as well behind the tower, but these go way back. Tony's older than dirt, man. I think I'm older than he is, so I can say that. That Palumbo's starting to get to fish around here for an opening, I think, on that 27 car.
Yellow.
Oh, no! Yellow flag here. We got a yellow flag. And maybe Preston Hassel's come around. Preston Hassel's come around. Uh-oh. Let's see what happened here. We were watching a little bit of a little replay, but let's take a look at what happened. Preston Hassel. Oh, he gets a little bit loose. Oh, no. Oh, up into John Stanley, and the 11 gets caught in that as well. That car got loose. Down to the inside. Watch this. This car is just going to get snapped loose, trying to hold on. He slides back up the track, and the 12 is going to make contact. Oh, man, and then also the 11 as well. Man, the 12 hit hard, too. On board here with the 12. Watch this. He is nowhere to go. Oh, man. Nowhere to go there for him, and that'll rattle your cage. Preston Hassel just gets loose. Just right there. He's holding on to this and just cannot make it stick. And wow, that was a hard lick. Sean Jacobs got caught up in that as well. On board here with Sean Jacobs. Is he trying to get through? Oh, man. Dana Grover gets by as well. But Sean Jacobs got caught up in that. And Dana Grover barely missed this. On board here with Dana Grover. Look at this. Lucky. Oh, man. And those guys, big time damage. So caution flag here late in the race. Preston Hassel, the leader, but he's going to have to come down pit lane. That car is absolutely beat up. So John Stanley got caught up in that. Sean Jacobs as well. Of course, Preston Hassel. Ed Palumbo is shown as the race leader. And it looks like Jacobs has some pretty significant damage. Obviously, Preston Hassel has some big time damage as well. He's missing a hood, and he is on pit lane. Whoa, that's not what we wanted. There we go. This is an amateur operation. It is a professional amateur operation. It's Preston Hassel on pit lane here, taking some service. So Ed Palumbo now shown as the race leader. Uh-oh. Yeah, I know. Ah, gosh. Preston Hassel's retired his machine. That car is all beaten up. So the tires right now in the 7th position, but I would suspect that Stanley, Spindola, and Udichin will end up passing him. And he will end up with a 10th place finish. All right, Ed Palumbo will start in P1. Gordon Carter on the outside line. Dana Grover's up to the 3rd position, and Sean Jacobs is in 4th. Now, Sean Jacobs got some damage, so we'll see how well that car is able to perform. He's starting in the 4th position here, but he's
Green
coming
flag,
down pit
green
lane to
flag.
get some
Go,
service.
go, go.
All right, back to green. 2 fast cars out front, and Ed Palumbo clearing the 56 car. The 11 car, Sean Jacobs, says, hey, I heard you talking about the damage here. I can handle it. He has to tuck back in, though. Greg Marizon trying to push the issue on the inside line. He says go time for him. The 60 car inch and ahead of Sean Jacobs. So the 60 now. Oh, John Stanley in that inside. Oh, wow. Man, those guys getting wild as the 56 car tried to get by the 54, got a little bit squirrely, and Marizon had some things to say about that. And now these guys are loose. Gordon Carter the race lead. Ed Palumbo had to back off. He lost some positions. Ed Palumbo, take a look and see what happened to him. Ed Palumbo got loose. Look at that, chasing that car. Oh, Gordon Carter does a great job of getting by. Holy smokes. 11 car gets by to 60. The 54 gathers it up. Stays in the 4th position. Wow. That was interesting, man. Gordon Carter gets by right there. Oh, wow. Then Marizon trying to slip through. He and the 11 car make contact. This is getting wild. These guys want to... Oh, no. The 11 car, a little contact with the 56. Sean Jacobs muscling his way through. Contact with the 56. Take a look here. What's this? Little contact off the wall right there, and wow. Gordon Carter had to hold on. Marizon got by. And Sean Jacobs muscling his way through. This 11 car, can he hold off the charge by the 60? Getting a little testy now here late in the race. Approaching 20 laps to go. Sean Jacobs wants to put this 11 car in victory lane. This would be a huge win with the throwback scheme. $20 laps to go. Sean Jacobs the leader. Half a second on Marizon. Gordon Carter in 3rd. Palumbo 4th. Dana Grover is in the 5th position. Dana Grover's quietly kept that car in the picture. He might be the sleeper here tonight. Running this 89, the Toyota. Sean Jacobs now has company as Craig Marizon is closing in. 0.3 of a second separate the two of these guys. We approach 16 laps to go. Will D is throwing some shade, man. What is going on right there? Oh, man. I thought you Canadians stuck together. Sean Jacobs in the 11. Throwback scheme now under, it's flirting around with 310 still. Looks like Marizon's a little bit better down the straights. Jacobs is a little bit better through the corners. Throwing some shade. Wow. Sean Jacobs normally running the 24. Took command of the 11, which is the memorial paint scheme for Steve Freeze. Opening up a little bit of a lead here. 3 now to 4/10-ish. Jacobs is going to make it very, very difficult for Marizon to get by. Marizon's going to do whatever he can to try to slip around the 11. We do have some lap traffic in the picture. Givaldo up there with 10 laps to go. 4/10, flirting around with 3/10. So as I said, it looks like Jacobs is a little bit better through the corners, but gives up that time down the straights. And that may be a situation where, if he's driving harder through the corners, he's going to give up, some tires. And now it looks like Marizon is closing in. So Marizon now figured it out. And they are on top of one another practically. Some lap traffic in the mix. Sean Jacobs looking out the front of his machine. He sees Givaldo just ahead. And he's going to let Sean Jacobs go by, and Marizon is going to slip through as well. As Givaldo gave him a lot of room, so a good battle here. Sean Jacobs in the 11. Craig Marizon in the 60 car. This late race action here as Dana Grover battling the 54. Ed Palumbo. Palumbo not going to make it easy with 5 laps to go. And Dana Grover still trying to get around. And it looks like he's going to clear. Oh, he's going to clear the 54. Whoa! And he does as we go back to the race lead. Look at this deal. 3 laps to go. Sean Jacobs, the leader. Marizon in second. Oh, giving up a little bit of time right there. Man, he did not have a good transition through the corner. And Jacobs opening up a gap here. Marizon's he's running out of time. He's got a little bit of time maybe to try to another charge, but now across the start finish line. We'll got 1 to go. Can Jacobs hold on? Marizon pushing it. He got a little bit loose off the corner. Final turns. Turn 3 through turn 4. Sean Jacobs in the 11 car is going to bring home the victory here at Bristol. How about that? Sean Jacobs in the 11. And these guys don't realize I need to take a screenshot. Come on now, I got to get a screenshot of that win. Got to figure it out. So now we got to go into the pit lane to get a screenshot. That's lame. So Sean Jacobs gets the win. So great job to Jacobs on getting the win. So congratulations to Sean Jacobs. And we'll hopefully get him up here in the victory lane here in just a minute. We'll take a look at the final standings here before we put up the race winner stuff. Take a look here. Sean Jacobs gets the win. Craig Marizon finishes in second. Gordon Carter third. Dana Grover, the top Toyota, finishes in the fourth position. Ed Palumbo finishes in fifth. Tom Robillard sixth. John Stanley finishes at seventh position. Devaldo Spindler eighth. Dennis Uderson finishes in ninth. Preston Hassel finishes in the 10th position. And Tony Furtado finishes in P11. So a great job to Sean Jacobs on getting the win, and really great job to everybody on how well this race went. It's just an amazing race here tonight with 3 caution flags. And Jacobs took command late in the race too. He really bought his time and did a great job being patient and getting the car back in the hunt when he needed to. That was an amazing run there for Sean Jacobs. We'll see if we can't get him in the booth here. Give me just a moment to get a few things set up here. A little bit more difficult with this race than normal. How about Sean Jacobs, man, really taking the race lead late and holding on to it. He was determined to get that car in victory lane, and he did a great job. Just a fantastic run there for Sean Jacobs as well. And we are the final touches here on getting him up here in the victory lane. A couple moments here. So congratulations. Oh, we got shit. Oh, God. It's a one-man operation. And you can tell. It's an amateur operation, too. There we go. We got it fixed there. Sean's going to be happy about that. We'll see if we can't get him in victory lane. All right, we're joined by Sean Jacobs up here in victory lane, and man, it seemed like the cards were in it for you tonight, man. You were patient. You got a little racy early on, but then you got patient. And what was the deal here in the last part of this race? You just in the right place at the right time, or what?
Yeah, I was following Gordon there at the end, and I was real close, and then I seen Craig behind me, and it seems like he cut down to the inside, so it looked like from where I was actually driving, Gordon was kind of like in the middle, so I figured I go to the outside because it looks like he'd probably go down and block Craig, so I figured that was my chance to go to the outside, and I apologize for whatever if I got into him or whatever, but like I said, it was just that split-second decision to go high when I seen the opening.
Boy, long green flag runs too, and then we had a couple caution flags there just to sort of mix it up. With that incident early on in the race, did you feel like your chances were kind of over at that point? How are you feeling there after that?
You're a whisper. I was just basically the whole race. I just wanted to have that strategy where I just take it real easy and have my tires. They were really, or they're wearing really well. When I was taking it easy, and it seems like I was catching the front of the pack. On a long run. So I was hoping the green flags would stay out, so I can be better than everyone else on the long runs.
Yeah, you're racing the 11 car tonight too, and it was sort of a little bit of a last-minute decision when we threw it out there. We always like to have one of the old guard HORL guys racing the Steve Freeze PCs, the throwback scheme. Talk a little bit about what Steve Freeze meant to you as a driver here at High Octane Racing League.
Steve Freeze was my mentor. He basically taught me how to, I should say, do the good, clean, hard racing, and just take care of your car, give and take, and you want to drive that certain person, the way you like to have them drive you. So I try to, like I said, always give the benefit of the doubt and try to give more than I take. Like I said, I just seen that opening there at the end, and I was racing the 11 car, and I just wanted to go ahead and put it in victory lane for Steve.
A lot of guys question the choice to do Bristol this year. We've done Michigan, we've done Charlotte, we've done Daytona, and we jumped in. Well, I should say I threw out Bristol as an idea, and there were some questions about that. Do you feel differently than before? After the race here now, and the way this race went tonight, it seemed like a pretty good race.
Yeah, it was a really good race. Everybody was basically, staying in line and, just racing each other with respect. So it just seems like when it comes to the Steve Freeze races, it's always a good race, and we try to put on a good show for Steve.
Well, maybe we should make the race winner, or let the race winner pick next year's track, and you're the race winner. Do you have anything that would be on your menu for that?
Definitely Michigan. I love Michigan.
All right, back to Michigan next year. Here we go. Congratulations, Sean. Thanks for all you do here at the High Octane Racing League. Good to see the old guard HORL guy in victory lane and in the 11 car, too. That's amazing. So thank you so much, and congratulations to you, man.
Thanks very much, and just want to have a shout out to you for basically keeping High Octane Racing League where it's at today. We wouldn't be anywhere without you being our leader.
Thank you. I certainly rely a lot on all you guys too, man. So thank you so much for the compliments, your support, and onward for HORL. So upward and onward. So thank you, Sean, and congrats again.
Thanks.
It's Sean Jacobs joining us up here in the booth, and what an amazing run there for him, man. He really showed up at the end of this race. Just a fantastic effort there for Sean Jacobs. We do this every year in not only the Frosty race, but also this race, and that is the Wheel of Fun. So we're going to get the, wait a minute, the Gordon Carter's going to kill me. The Wheel of Names. No, wait a minute, what is it? We'll tell you what it is here in just a second. It is the got to get a copy here. Okay, hang on one second. Oh, I'm in big trouble. It's the Bushwhackers Roulette wheel. There we go. Sorry, man. It's Agent Orange. All right. Well, we got our participants tonight. I think we got this in here. There we go. our participants tonight. We got 5 prizes to give away. Woo, boy. 5 prizes to give away here. And we will wait for the next song here, and we'll pick that first spin. So we're giving away a hat for the first prize, and let's see where we are on this one. High Octane Racing League hat, and it's Preston Hassel. Preston Hassel getting the hat. We'll put his name here. Oh, Preston getting the High Octane Racing League hat. All right. So our first winner and it takes a little bit here, so that's our first winner, Preston Hassel. Congratulations to Preston. A little bit of delay there, so a lot going on behind the scenes, believe me. There we go. So our second High Octane Racing League hat. See who's going to get this one. And it is, oh, Sean Jacobs just keeps on winning. So congratulations to Sean Jacobs. He's our second winner in the Bushwhackers Roulette. So we'll get his name in there. And I want to send a shout out to Tony Furtado for donating some money to the effort here too. So there you go, Sean Jacobs, race winner and winner of the second High Octane Racing League hat. There we go. Now for the third prize, we update our wheel. It's a big, long effort here, man. There's no easy way to do this. All right, the next is a Steam gift card for $25. 25 big ones, baby. Here we go. $25 gift card. Ed Palumbo in here trolling them. And Ed Palumbo trolls them and wins a $25 Steam gift card. How about that? Huh? Eddie P. Eddie P wins the $25 Steam gift card. So congratulations to him. Man. He's booing people, and then he comes away with a win. So there is a $25 Steam gift card for Ed Palumbo. Just keeps winning, doesn't he? Let's see if we can't do this the different way here. Ed Palumbo, man. How about that? All right. How about another spin for another $25 Steam gift card? And here we go. Where's the sound for this at, man? Where's that at? Hopefully you can hear it. I can't hear it. Hey, wait, we took Ed Palumbo off there. That didn't work. He knows that. Let's fix that. Fix that. For some reason, it's not. Didn't take him off. Did it do it that time? Nope, did not. Let's try sharing the link again. That's the problem. Probably. This seemed like such a good idea at the time. Yeah, you know what I mean? The link is exactly the same. So yeah, whatever. There we go. There we go. Can't win twice. I'm sorry. Cannot win twice. Here we go for Steam gift card number 2. And it looks like Todd Robillard. He was just in there trolling right now in the chat session, too. So, congratulations to Todd on getting the Steam gift card. He was just trolling. Todd Robillard. I don't know. He's going to come up as a different color here. No, he's all right. Here we go. So Todd Robillard wins the Steam gift card. Congratulations to Todd. We'll do it the right way this time. And I want to say thanks to Gordon for helping us with the wheel. It's the Bushwhackers Roulette, is what he says, and he's right. I just couldn't remember the name, because I've always called it the Wheel of Names. So the final Steam gift card. The final Steam gift card here tonight. Here we go, baby. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gordo. Steam gift card right there. He can buy some content. How about that, huh? There you go. Congratulations, Gordon. So that's the final Steam gift card, and that goes to Gordon Carter. There you go. So, why is he off? Why is he off center? All right, well, that's the Wheel of Names right there. Or, excuse me, the Bushwhackers Roulette, I'm sorry. So congratulations to the winners there. Preston, Sean, Ed, Todd, and Gordon. Fair and square. And congratulations to those guys. Really do appreciate all their work at High Octane Racing League and get a little reward for it there. So good job to those folks. And I really want to say thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Congratulations to Sean Jacobs on getting a big win. Another great race coming up next week. And that is New Hampshire Motor Speedway. So it should be a fantastic race there. Don't forget to join us. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV, of course. Great deal there. High Octane Racing League Tough Trucks will be back on Wednesday night. at Kentucky Speedway. I love this track. One of my best races ever was Kentucky. A 100-lap race coming up. Race number 6 of the season. That's Wednesday, September the 17th. Tomorrow, we'll be right back here at Bristol. 150-lap race in the Saturday Night Thunder. Race number 6 of the season. I get down to the broadcast booth, get in the driver's seat, mix it up with the boys that are out here tonight, man. So we're going to have a lot of fun. That's the Saturday Night Thunder. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Don't forget that thumbs up button, man. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and smash the bell. You'll get updates when races are going live here on TurnLeftTV. Did we get any new subscribers? I hope we did. Thanks for all you do and chatting in the chat session, lively chat session here after the race. Appreciate that. And we're going to see you next time. Congratulations to Sean Jacobs, boys and girls. That was a fantastic race. You guys did a great job. That's it for me. I am out of here.
A lot of soul.